a very evil, even a very wretched soul, after time, after tribulation, they can wake up. They will wake up and say, oh, that's not the way to be. I must be loving, I must be caring. Because then I will be liked and loved by other people. And then I will continue in that and grow in that. And that's what we're all looking for. Acceptance. Self-acceptance, acceptance by others, knowing that we already were and are accepted by God. So, finding what works for you that is not in conflict, that is the main thing to do. I say to you, go and experiment. Read and think and do things carefully. Don't just go blindly, you know. Don't make a circle of candles in a dark room and start chanting to who knows what. Don't get into things that you're not, and you're not ready for. The first thing to do to protect yourself before you get into anything is to ask the one God, the one light, to help you, protect you, guide you. And then from there, slowly go into different things. Are you very much coming from a staunch Christian background, for example? You have certain things you were told and you believe them with great passion and great strength. I admire you for your great passion and great strength. I was a very staunch Christian also in my early 20s, to the point of feeling the need to convert everybody else because I had the truth and they didn't. But now I don't think that way. Now I think, yes, Christ is right, but he says to love. You know, not everybody that says, Lord, Lord, gets into the kingdom, but whoever does his will. So someone doing the will is someone that has love. Doesn't matter what country, what place. So if you're in a school of thought, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're whatever the case may be, don't be afraid of your parents or society or this and that. Say anything of the spirit of love is correct. Anything of the spirit of aggression and hate is in fear. And that could have a lot to do with pride. Slowly go away and ingest and add on to yourself things that will make you more beautiful, things that will make you more whole, more holy, more happy. That's one of my biggest sayings of the recent month, is to remind me. It's a very basic saying, very basic truth, we all know it, but I remind myself of it. A happy person is harmless. A happy person feels full. They feel that they can give, they feel comfortable in their own shoes and their own skin. When they go to bed at night, they're not tossing and turning anymore. They're, tomorrow is tomorrow. I used to be such an insomniac. Oh, very much pain, a lot of pain, a lot of hard times. And now, not at all. I go to bed with my wife, we read a little bit, you know, sometimes make love or whatever the case may be. And when it's lights out, that's it. That's it. Oh, another thing to mention too that I wanted to remind, I have a few little bullets down there, but another one I didn't even write came to my mind just thinking about it. Because I want to get across all these points. Sometimes I ramble and go in tangents and forget. Trying to come, you know, towards this YouTube talk from a variety of ways. But again, to make your personal spiritual experience uniquely yours, what works for you, without letting someone else tell you. Another thing is sexuality. If you look at what happened to the Catholic Church, for example, was it the year 1592, or am I getting the dates messed up? Pope Gregory VII, I think it was, that said at that point, okay, a priest no longer shall have a wife. He must be pure and holy and be married to God in that way and not need human relations. Now, was it wise of him to perhaps to enforce it on others and say, if you want to be close to God, then you must be celibate and alone? Look at all the pedophiles and homosexuality and etc., etc., etc. And look at the lack of priests. Speaking of that, not everybody can handle it. If you can handle it, great. That is excellent. If you can handle being alone and celibate and you have enough vitality, and not with a grudge, not with anger, because then you start to accrue onto yourself, you start to get these angry feelings and this frustration, and then you'll begin to take it out on other people. So the point is, even talking about sexuality, what works, you know, for you? Is it better for you to remain single, or is it better for you to have a partner? And choosing a partner, that's a whole other topic. It's in and of itself, but I'll say take your time. I didn't find my soulmate, the one I was told about with brown hair and blue eyes, that was told to me by God's prophet 10 years ago or so. I didn't find her until just a few years ago. I'm 31 years old, and my oldest child is only 15 months. But so be it. Everything in its right time, right? Everything in its right time. God works with us individually and gives us enough leeway, gives us enough area according to our understanding and our passions and our wants and needs and all that, to work with it. If you're in a place where you have freedom of thought, freedom of speech, and even in the countries where, you have freedom, but in a way you're kind of still in a box, in a way we kind of are stuck in certain ways that others have created. But let's put it this way, it's all a big joke, it's all their paper money, it's all this and that. While I'm here in the human body, my eternal soul can have a good chuckle at that stuff. I'm nobody's prisoner. You are free and I am free. No one can stop you and no one can stop me from talking to the one true God. Personal, individual experience. Things to build you up and you stand on your own feet comfortably and confidently. So that I just wanted to continue, maybe I left a few things out in my first part of the personal spiritual experience. I just wanted to add some of these things a couple days later. But that's my message, in love and light and truth, find what works, see what doesn't work. In the spirit of looking to become linked and joined with God, loving others. Watch out for the dark side also. Don't go into anything with the blindfold on. You might get a shock. So if you feel called for something, I'm not recommending anyone to become a wannabe, would-be vampire, anything like that. This is childish nonsense. I'm saying true spirituality, individual in your style. Let no one tell you what is going to work for you or not. Maybe they can guide you to something what they think better, and then you might recognize it as a better. Oh yeah, that is better. That is more respectful. That is more cautious, for example. Great. But your own style, mature as in the way that is working for you and is perfect for you. In love, in peace and tolerance, suffering, in being at peace with your good and your dark, and letting your dark side be put to sleep. Nurture it, comfort it. Don't feed it. Don't put it on a pedestal and say, oh, you have desires and passions and this and that and lusts and whatnot, and they're wrong. I will let you get away with it. I'll let you do it. Nurture it, put it to sleep. It's the more childish part in you and in me. Have yourself a great one, and more videos to come. I hope to get quite a few out there as I can and find the time, etc. Cheers.